Hello, good evening, or is it good night? Breakfast City, upwards and onwards, yeah. We're doing alright, aren't we? Fuck them Walsall cunts, yeah. I'm going to do this upload and then share it amongst my close friends on Facebook, and then maybe I might upload it to my YouTube channel. Maybe I won't, because when I wake up tomorrow I might have forgotten that I've done this because I'm having a drink. Not a lot. I probably smoke and I've got an England cap on, so that makes me a scruffy white side, doesn't it? Not very good, that, is it? But I want to take you back, and I know you listen or watch my uploads, family. Yeah, I know you do. By the last upload that I did about whatever it was called, that fucking sad IQ cunt, yeah? And then 2 hours later, whatever happened. But I want to take you back a year, right, to March the 23rd, no, let me look at the Holy Bible, to April, the Sunday, April 21st, yeah? Me and my mum had been out shopping. Went down to B&M, is it B&M? By Sainsbury's at bottom end of Greengates, yeah? And she bought a loads of stuff for the garden, yeah? And a few bits of food, yeah? And we came back up to her flat. We got a taxi, and Power will confirm this, obviously. We got back in the flat, we had a wee cup of tea, and we sat out in the garden, her wee garden, yeah? And we were just like potting plants or something. You know what I mean? We're just, and my mum, right, the previous 12 months, every time I went up to see her, yeah, I'd say, good night, Mum, God bless. And she'd say, and I'd say, I'll see you tomorrow. She went, hopefully, all being well. But on this day, right, I'm not getting angry, on April the 21st, of Sunday, we were down shopping, and she bought stuff for a garden, yeah? And we got back up home and we were outside potting and planting. I don't know what we were doing. And my mum said to me, I'm looking forward to summer, Richard. And I was like, wow, Mum. Last 6 or 7 months, every night that I've left, or day that I've left, and I said, I'll see you tomorrow. She always went, hopefully. But this day, on April, is it 21st? I think so. It was a Sunday. And she said, I'm looking forward to summer, Richard. And I thought, wow, Mum. And she said she could feel the hair, the wind, the warm air against her, yeah? And she was looking forward to summer. And while we were just potting and planting, I got a phone, my mum got a phone call off Joanne. What are you doing, Mum? She said, I'm sat in garden with Richard, your brother, and we're just potting plants, yeah? And she said, what else are you doing? So they're having a wee cup of tea. And Joanne went, a wee cup of tea? My mum went, yeah. And then 10 minutes later, my Uncle Andrew rung up my mum and said, what are you doing? You've been out shopping. And my mum was like, she went phone, and she was looking at me going, what? And I was like, because I'm not allowed to talk when I'm there if any of the family ring up. If I'm there, my mum always went, shh, it'll cause problems if you're here, son. And I was like, but anyway, so I listened, and my Uncle Andrew, 10 minutes after Joanne rang, said, where have you been? And my mum said, well, we've been out shopping. We've got stuff for garden and we just sat here potting plants. He said, put Richard on. So I got on for him. He said, what are you doing going out, taking her shopping? So because she wanted to. She was bored and she's looking forward to summer. You know, the summer. Yeah. And then that conversation ended. That was April 21st, 23rd. I don't know. It was Sunday. And then me and my mum, after that phone call, were like, and I was like, Mum, can't you even go shopping anymore without people ringing you up, asking what you're doing? She went, they're all treating me like fucking children. And you what? Every one of you were treating her like she was a little kid. Take your bank card off her, do this, do that, we'll get taxis. And if we can't get taxis, Joanne will take you to Debbie's, yeah? Yeah? But Joanne don't get up till 4. I mean, most mornings for January, February, March, when they were trying to put her in her home, yeah, she was getting up at 6 and saying, look. But none of you were there. I'd go up every morning at 9 o'clock and, Mum, calm down. You're doing too much. You don't have to prove anything to anyone to keep your independence. You've got your independence. You're a fucking an independent woman. But no. And that Sunday, right, after Joanne rang, we were all sat in the wee garden, potting plants, and she got so much grief, yeah? That's when I rung Debbie that day, and I said, I'll tell you what it is, Debbie, right? My mum wants the bank card back now. If you don't do it, Debbie, if you don't tell Alison to give her a bank card back because she's a grown woman, yeah, then I'm going to get dolls involved. And none of you knew about dolls until I brought it up, yeah, through my health and social degree, yeah, and then all chaos, wasn't it? I was called the bad man because I was trying to, even though my mum had a voice, yeah, even though she had a voice, yeah, and you were all treating her like a child, taking a bank card off her, telling her she couldn't go down to Debbie's, telling her she couldn't go shopping on her own, blah, 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 yeah, treating her like a child. The woman would all right, she just wanted to spend the money on what she wanted it to spend it on, not what you people wanted her to spend it on. Whatever that was. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well, you shouldn't have to get a taxi, Joanne said to me a couple of weeks earlier. She can ring me and I'll get an Uber taxi. I said, no, I trust Power Taxis, right? Does this all ring a bell? to not Debbie, not Kirsty, but Joanne, Alison, Shawnee, Laura, yeah, treating her like a fucking child, as though she was demented. When the only ones that were demented were you, Zlot. Oh, Alison clapping when she could put a sentence together. Do you know when I first got into NHS, yeah, I became a specialist in autism. I worked under Dr. Shree, yeah, an absolute legend. And he taught me everything about autism, how to look for one word in the sentence that will tell you what they want. So with autism, yeah, so, and my NHS family, Tara's NHS family, will know this, right? If I was sat with a guy with autism and I went, I'm off home now, all he'd hear is the word home. So he'd think, or she'd think, home, I'm going home. And then they'd carry on, yeah? So you have to sometimes talk to adults with autism and miss out the key words because all they'd think about were home, oh, I'm going home. Yeah. So with my mum, you all thought she were treating her like a child because she couldn't string a sentence together, but you didn't listen to the key words, what she was saying. I did. And she might have said, oh, my granddaughter, and get the names mixed up, yeah? And you'd be, oh, do you mean so-and-so? But I'd say, give us the clue, Mum, and let her go on and on and on, because I could read between the lines and what she was saying. But none of you could. None of you could you? No. You just thought, oh, well, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'll have a drink to NHS me for teaching me why I looked after vulnerable adults in challenging behaviour. And challenging behaviour in, you know, where they've got to be peg-fed or all like that. These were challenging, man. Some naughty misters that were autistic that would go off their head and they could create havoc, break legs and everything. So, thanks to NHS, right, I can read between the lines what vulnerable people are saying. Like my mum. She'd go on about her granddaughters and she'd get the names wrong. So what? And she'd get the day wrong, what day it is. I mean, I don't know what day it is because every day is the same to me because I've retired due to ill health, yeah? So it doesn't matter what day it is. And it didn't matter to my mum what day it was. Did she have to prove everything by getting up early and saying, look, in my house, beautiful. But none of you were there during the day, Monday to Friday, were you? None of you. I was. Nearly every day. Through all the winter, I was there every day. And I told my mum, calm down. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You know everything. And use my three sisters, yeah? Right? No, I'll save that for another. But that was end of April when I was sat in my mum's garden with her, and for the first time for a long time, she said, I can't wait for someone to sit in my garden and just do a bit of gardening and plant some flowers and feel the sun on my face. Yeah, and I thought, at last, she's looking forward. Yeah, yeah. And what went wrong? Oh, you all blame me, didn't you? My fault. Nah. Yours. Yours, Alison. Yours, Joanne. Shawnee. After May 3rd, when I stepped back because I had to sort out my own problems, yeah? Because I've been putting them on hold for a long time. Because my mum was more important to me. And she knew that. And she knew it. So that day, April 21st, I think it was a Sunday, when she was saying, I'm looking forward to summer sun. Yeah. To feel the sun on my face and that. And Debbie, you know this because I sent you in a text after my mum had died. Remember what she said? And you took it away from her, didn't you? By treating her like a fucking child, like a little kid. That she didn't know what she was doing. Of course she knew what she was doing. When has my mum ever had any sense about money? When has she ever not used taxis? Since she didn't have Albert, Stanley Nicholson to drive her about, yeah? She's always used taxis, but from beginning of January 2024, yeah? Oh, what's she using a taxi for? Joanne, you can take her, can't you? Or that's what you said. But you don't get up till 4, so my mum had to wait in all day while she'd been up all day and looking out of that back window for you. And how many times, and I were there a couple of times, right? She said, I'm going to ring Joanne, right? And this is fact. This is in March and April, yeah? She said, I'm going to ring Joanne and say, are you coming up to take me shopping? So she'd ring her and she went to me, shh, son, weesh lad. So I'd be like that. And Joanne answered the phone and she'd say, oh, I'm on my way, Mum. This could be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah? I'm on my way, Mum. I'm just having a cup of tea. Now, to my other two sisters, does that take you back to childhood of what my mum used to say to us when she was getting up? So, my mum would ring Joanne and Joanne would say, I'm just having a cup of tea, Mum. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And this could be at 1 o'clock. And then my mum would go, and then she'd come off phone, half an hour later, she'd ring Joanne again. I ain't got a watch on. And she'd go, Joanne, where are you? And Joanne didn't know I was there. And she said, I'm just having a cup of tea. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Yeah? And this happened on more than one occasion. Joanne, you don't know it, but I was sat with my mum while she was showing me what you were doing. And this could go on from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 3, 4 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? And this was in January, February, March, which made me think, Joanne, yeah, all right, my mum did it to us when we were kids. Oh, do us a cup of tea, I'll be there I'll get up in 10 minutes. Yeah? Is that your payback to mum? Was that your payback? Oh, well, she used to do it to us. Or to you. Because I didn't give a fuck. I just keep making another cup of tea. But in 2024, on 2, 3, check your phones when how many times my mum rang Joanne in January, February, March, April, after 1 o'clock, yeah, saying, where are you? Well, the missed calls or the answered calls, and Joanne saying, I'll be there in 10 minutes, Mum. But you never showed up, did you? So I get up there at 9 and my mum wanted to do things because she were like wide awake. By the time you got there, Joanne, at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 o'clock, my mum was knackered. She wanted to go to bed. You fucking crank liar and fucking... And Alison, right, I swear, right, after my mum died, yeah, what was in the garden? You said you didn't want any of it. But them 2 Scotty dogs, yeah, that my mum got, that I went with her to get, yeah, she loved them, and she called them Scott and Scott after me and Jack, yeah? And them 2 dogs that were hanging down, me and my mum went to get, and she loved them, yeah? You took them, didn't you? Why? Why? You knew that they were both called Scott after me and Jack, yeah? And the other 2 dogs, me and me... How many times did you sit out in Mum's garden, Alison? Eh? Joanne? And Debbie, you're agoraphobic or something. You know what I mean? You're Debbie. Do you know what I mean? But you never did sit out in the garden. You were stuck there. What for? To take her out on a Sunday, Alison? Yeah? Joanne, to do your own shopping. I used to go to your house in 2023 and you'd have loads of food in. I never questioned it. Wasn't right bothered, but you'd have loads of food in. Yeah? That's why my mum had to stay in on a Monday you know, a medication, because that's what you'd arranged. When did she get a pension? Oh, it was on a Monday. So if she has to stay in all day, she can't spend a penny of it. And she used to go ballistic. She used to tell me, they're treating me like a fucking kid, son. I said, yeah, I know. And that's when you all started falling out on me because I were sticking up for my mum, that you were treating her like a child. And look what happened after May 3rd. Ta-da.